I used to post 2 videos a week, and now I've been posting 23 videos in 23 days. And 2 videos a week might sound like a lot, but 1 video a day is a whole new different game. And it has enabled my YouTube channel to grow even in the worst month possible on YouTube, which is August. So let me explain how exactly I'm doing it. The very first thing is that you need to set tight limits. Because if you just take a bunch of time and take a whole day and say that you've got a whole day to produce a video, or you take 2 days to produce a video, it's not happening. So you need to be super intentional of where you put your time. So that means finding video ideas, scripting the video if you're scripting, which I don't suggest, but at least finding the bullet points and what you want to talk about, and filming and then editing the video, which shouldn't take you a whole bunch of time. So all of these steps and uploading the video. So all of these things do take some time, but you need to be very intentional of how much time you're spending. So what I would suggest if you're struggling with that is set a timer. Set a timer and say that in 20 or 30 minutes or an hour or 2 hours at the beginning, it may take some time, but at least 1 hour should be way more than enough to find the idea and the title of your video, because you could get sidetracked. You could look for all sorts of different things all over the place and just end up taking 5 hours and not finding a single idea that's worth filming. But if you time yourself and you say, I've got an hour to find my video ideas and film it, then that's more than enough to find a good video idea, good title, and the idea behind the whole video. Then once you've done that, you need to do the exact same thing when you're doing a thumbnail. And that shouldn't take that long either. An hour is more than enough to find a good thumbnail, take inspiration from other creators that are doing well and that have had videos that did well. If you do all of these and you time yourself, it shouldn't take more than 2 hours to get yourself ready to then film the video. Now, filming the video itself is not going to be something where you can just cut off time, because the length of the video is the length of the video. If you film a video in 30 minutes, you're not going to be able to film it in 15 minutes. It's just normal. But if you do it intentionally and you do it right, then you should be able to film it in a way that doesn't take a whole lot to edit the video. For my videos, sometimes I do one-take videos, sometimes on a video like this I have my bullet points, and so I don't do them in one take, but it's just per bullet point, and then I just look into the next one and the next one and the next one. So if you film the video correctly, and this might take some practice, I've done videos on this before, you can browse my channel, there's tons of video about this. But if you do it right and you film it right, then your editing will not take that much time. And you can do the same thing. You can also time yourself to edit the video. Now, again, if you have a 30-minute video, you're not going to be able to edit it in less than 30 minutes because you have to watch the whole video through and cut the bits out that you need to cut out. So it's not possible unless you're doing a one-take video, you're very sure of yourself. But that happens to me maybe once a month, probably even less than that. So most of the time I go through the whole video. Yes, I cut the beginning and the end off, but then in the middle there are times where I need to cut off some stuff. If I make one-take videos, sure, I could do just with cutting off the beginning and the end, but really that's the only way. So you will go through the whole video and it will take the time that it takes, but if you time yourself, it's not going to allow you to get distracted. And so the whole process of making a video shouldn't take you less than 4 hours. If you take more than 4 hours to make a video, then there's something wrong. You need to refine your process and that's it. But if you're struggling with that, it's okay, because it will take some time. It's not something that just happens overnight. You do need to find the process, but the more you time yourself and you realize maybe I went overboard, so I need to maybe adjust it, and then you can make it shorter and shorter and shorter until you feel like you can't get any better at the efficiency of it without losing the quality of your YouTube videos. Because the quality does matter. It's not just a consistency thing, it's also something that you need to do in order to make it work properly, is to have quality, because it's not worth just cutting back on your quality. I got this comment the other day, thank you for leaving it, and it said something, it'll be up on the screen, but I can't remember exactly the comment that it was, but it was something along the lines of consistency is probably, or quality is probably more important than consistency. And that's a great point, but in order to get the quality up, you need to put the reps in. And how do you get the reps? It's through consistency. And from making a video after the other, you start to build up the confidence on camera, you start to build up the skills that you need in order to up the quality. Because if you spend a month to make a great video, it's probably not going to be as great as just being consistent over time. It's just like the pot analogy that I talked about the other day on a video, and it was about a study that they did where they had two groups, and they said you have to make one pot, it has to be the best pot ever, the best quality that you can ever do. And the other group, they said, I don't care about the quality of the pots, just make as many as possible. And what ended up happening is the group that did the most pots possible without worrying about the quality, they ended up making the best pots better than the one pot that the other group was doing, because they put all this time into making the best pot possible. But the others just put in the reps, more and more and more reps, in order to get the pots that were great. So it's something that you really need to just put in the reps. And yes, you need to be intentional about your videos, but the more videos you put out, the better. On that note, it's all about I think Parkinson's law, something like that, where the more time you're allowing yourself to do the work. Say if you get yourself 2 weeks to make a video, it will take you 2 weeks to make a video. But if you give yourself 2 hours or 3 hours, you'll probably be able to fit it into that 3 hours and be able to just do something else the whole time, because we all have lives and life happens. So if you just shorten that time and you put in that work intentionally, it will work way better than just taking 2 weeks off, or 2 weeks to make a video. So if you're taking 2 weeks to make a video, then there's a good chance that you can really shorten that, unless it's like a movie or something. Now, here's the thing. I made actually 24 videos. I just checked the date and it's the 24th. So it's my 26th video right now of the month. And at the beginning it was super tough, and now it's just almost becoming a habit. And it's something that you just start to realize that the more videos you put out, it will be a struggle at first, and sometimes it still is. But really, it's just getting easier and easier and easier, just because I've put in the reps, and it just builds the momentum of just it being normal. When I was putting out 2 videos a week, it was the same thing. Sometimes it was hard, but really I got into the habit and it was easier. And then when I switched it up and I posted 1 video a day, which is what I've been doing for almost a month, and it's intended to go until the end of the month, and then we'll see. But all of that is just something that just builds the rhythm of making videos and making videos and making videos. And it's not as daunting as it was in the first 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks were hell. Sometimes, I always enjoyed filming it, or filming videos, but when I didn't, it was just, sometimes I just couldn't get myself to film. And now I don't feel that way. Yes, I need to get myself into the space of, yes, I'm going to film, but really it's not that hard anymore. I'm not pushing myself so hard to be able to make a video every single day. And sometimes I won't film, because on the weekends I don't, but usually I'm filming 2 videos back to back. So this is the first one, and I'm filming, like right after I've filmed this video, I'm filming another video. So timing all these tips is a great thing to do, but it's not going to be enough because you need the systems to do it. If you don't have systems in place, it's going to be very hard for you to be consistent. So what I've been doing lately is I used to film later in the morning, and now I film early in the afternoon because I felt like I was just not ready to film anymore in the morning. It just was hard to get myself to do it basically, and so I would do other things. And this could be, it doesn't have to be during the week. If you're thinking I have work, I can't just film whenever I want. It can be on the weekends. It can be when you have an afternoon that's you're not working or anything. Just find a time where you can do that regularly. And so when you have those systems in place where you know that at that time you can film a video, and you'll always be able to film a video no matter what, and you'll block everything else that doesn't allow you to do that, that's something that's just going to get into place. And it's just going to be easier and easier. And it can change over time. Like I said, I used to film my videos later in the morning, and now I've changed it to early in the afternoon just because it works better. And it might change again at some other random time, but right now it's something that I can do, and I know that I can do this no matter the day. Something that will happen, even though you might not even realize it, is it stops having you decision fatigue. And so instead of thinking, should I film a video today? I don't really feel like it. I feel tired. I feel this or that, or I've had this happen. I got up early, or I went to bed late. No matter what happens, you're filming a video. And so instead of having the decision to make of, am I going to make a video, even if you don't feel it, it's super tiring. But once you just get yourself to not think anymore, and you're just filming a video no matter what, that's when you're not getting the fatigue anymore, and it's just easier to just get on and film a video because you don't give yourself the chance to actually make a video. But it doesn't even stop there. Because you don't have that decision fatigue, you can find some energy to find the better ideas, to find the better strategies, to structure your video a bit better, to find ways to make it more efficient, to find ways to make it easier to film a video. And all of these things just come together to build something that's becoming almost easier to film a video a day, or maybe you're not at that stage, but more videos than it was before when I was making 2 videos a week. Some parts are harder because you always have to film. I feel like I'm constantly filming, constantly editing, but it's also something that just comes together with all the things that just make it almost exponential and just start bringing something amazing together. And if you're struggling with YouTube in any sense, there's one link, there's not two, there's one link in the description, which I'd be happy to help you with your YouTube channel. All you have to do is book a call and I'll help you out. There's no more free calls available, but there is some paid calls. And so let me know if you want some help, and I'll be sure to check out your channel and give you the best tips that I possibly can. But here's the thing, there's going to be a time when you film videos and you're not getting views. And it's going to be very hard for you to just keep posting, especially if you're posting a lot, and wondering why your channel isn't growing and how you're going to even be able to survive. Well, I made a video that you can check out right here that explains exactly how to keep going and how to not even think about giving up anymore. It's just going to be natural to keep going. So with that said, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.